Well, New Zealand's Prime Minister Luxon says a world-first deal with Singapore is a model of how small, like-minded nations can work together in an uncertain world. The pact will secure vital supplies in a crisis, fuel from Singapore, food from New Zealand. Speaking to CNA's Angela Lim, he describes it as a sign of deep trust.
I mean, we obviously upgraded our relationship between New Zealand and Singapore to a comprehensive strategic partnership in October last year. As part of that, we wanted to sign an essential supplies treaty with each other as well. That in the event of a crisis, New Zealand will provide Singapore with food and Singapore will provide New Zealand with fuel. And so, yes, you're right, it's world leading. Now, we did that in October, and obviously 6 months later, it's come into action. It's been very useful. But again, it's an example of where Singapore and New Zealand actually pioneer and develop new trade architecture together. And it just speaks to the huge amount of trust that's between the two countries that we're able to do this sort of agreement.
Resilience agreements are very reassuring in theory. In practice, how will both countries benefit from this agreement in a time of crisis, and how will you measure the impact?
Well, for us, it's about, obviously we receive 30% of our fuel through the Singaporean refineries here. The fact that that supply will be continued, obviously there'll be a commercial arrangement and pricing, associated with that. But equally, with respect to Singapore, where it imports 90% of its food, and New Zealand is, the best food producer in the world. And so for us to be able to continue to have Singapore's back in a time of crisis by making sure that there's no export controls on any food coming out of New Zealand that comes straight into Singapore. And I think, it's not just best endeavours, it's actually a guarantee that there won't be export controls on food and or fuel. Obviously, we have commercial markets in place to make sure that we deal with pricing and we'll continue to work in that way. But I'm really proud of it. I think it's a good way in which two complementary economies can actually support each other and have each other's back in a time of crisis.
What are some concrete ways you see both Singapore and New Zealand deepening this cooperation in the coming years under the Comprehensive Strategic Partnership?
Well, I mean, this visit we've actually brought 30 of our CEOs from New Zealand, our senior companies, and likewise we've had them yesterday in a Singapore-New Zealand Leadership Forum, the inaugural event. We've had 30 senior CEOs from Singaporean businesses here as well. And what Prime Minister Wong and I want to achieve is actually we want them to build relationship with each other and talk about the possibilities where business to business they can actually collaborate more, whether that's through joint investment, whether it's through sectors where there is a common interest and common ground, where they can actually work together. We've got a good relationship at a prime ministerial level, at a ministerial level. We now want to broaden and deepen this relationship with one of our most trusted partners to our business community and business leaders as well. So, out of that, there's huge opportunity for us to work together to make things more frictionless. That in a world where two small countries that often don't have power but have values and interests can actually work together with other like-minded countries and bring people into some of these arrangements will be good.